Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna do this live off camera if you guys don't mind. I'm trying to get out of the door, but I wanted to do a quick live. Y'all know I'm going to be traveling today. I'm on vacation, but before I left, I wanted to connect with you guys to give y'all some new developments that I ran across. That's just how dedicated I am and love you guys. Okay, but good morning, happy Monday to everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Let's go ahead and get into the show, okay? Because we got some great things to update you guys on and some new developments. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Of course, everything said in this video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. Hey, Rose. Hey, everyone coming in. Thank you, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get into what we found. This is going to be, it's not going to be a long, long live, you guys, because I got to get out of here. But I did want to stop by before I left. And once I touch down where I'm going, I will then reconnect with you guys again because I will be taking my laptop. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. It's been brought to my attention that the Nolan Wells tip line leads to Judge Ashley Cole's phone at her office, you guys, for Mississippi. So if people are calling in Mississippi saying, hey, we have a tip on the Nolan Wells case, it's going to Judge Ashley's phone. So that is a conflict of interest, and they need to do something about that, because why would you guys be calling her tip line? I'm going to prove it. Okay. All right. Tip line for Nolan. As you guys can see here, it's been Googled. All right. Look, tip line, Nolan Wells tip line. Look at the number. Pay attention to the number. Or numbers, okay? Number 228-769-3036, right? I'm still waking up, y'all. All right, so pay attention. So why would they be forwarding these tips over to Ashley Cole? She's not on this case. She's actually a person of interest now that Ben Crump and his legal team have sent her over 100-something page demand to turn over her devices for them to investigate them, right? So anyone calling in tips, she's going to know what's going on this case because all of the calls are being fed through her line. Are y'all hearing this? Let's get into it. So pay attention to the number. Look, I kid you not. Look, Ashley Cole, Chancery Court, titled Judge Courtroom B, phone 228-769-3036. Why would they be doing that? Right? This is a conflict of interest. She is not a judge on this case. She is not an attorney on this case. Why? I'm going to go back. Let me show y'all the numbers again. So y'all know we're not playing. Nolan Wells tip line 228-769-3036. Why would that be feeding over to her line 228-769-3036? Her son Warren, who did an interview with Officer Tatum, is a person of interest in this case. Do y'all see this? What's going on in Mississippi? This is why they're attacking Ben Crump and Al Sharpton and want them off the case, because they want to handle it the way they want to handle it. Mississippi is on some bullshit, y'all. I said, I can't believe this. I'm going to show it again. Nolan Wells tip line. Why would she be over the tip line managing what tips are coming in so that they know how to move in this case? This is a conflict of interest. This is against the law. This is why they were mad that the FBI is now on this case. Ben Crump has been sent this information as well. She needs to be definitely questioned. And now that she's received this 100-page demand for her devices and everything else to be turned in for review, this is another issue that has sparked in this case. Nolan Wells, so how you over and managing the tip line? Look at this. Chancery Court title. Let's pull it all the way up so y'all can see Ashley Cole. That's her. Judge Courtroom B, 228-769-3063 is her number. So anytime somebody calls and say, oh, I know what happened to Nolan Wells, this is what happened. She's sitting there like, oh, they're talking about my son. Delete message. Allegedly. So could she be feeding through real tips that's coming in for Nolan's case and deleting these messages and not forwarding them over to the FBI or to the necessary person, the DA? which is directly connected to her. I told y'all she and the DA are friends. So could they have set this up to throw off this investigation? Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this shit? Return to staff directory. This is a staff directory. So this ain't no shit that's made up. Why would there be a tip line in Mississippi with her direct number? So she's allegedly, according to this number, you're going through tip lines. This is so fucking crazy. Now, this guy here, Russell Latino, he is now, check this out. If you see anyone saying or implying that any one of Nolan Wells' friends are unalivers that they know or are certain Wells was murdered or unalive, says that, will you please take a screenshot of it and send it to me? So now what he is doing on his side, which I'm thinking he may be directly connected to Judge Ashley and the DA and working behind the scenes with these people. He's an attorney, of course. Now he's saying he's gearing up to sue anyone saying that any of the guys that was with Nolan that day were that unalived him or that they're unalivers because it's not yet been proven in court. Now, people can give an opinion. People can look at evidence that's been out there or that's out there that directly may connect them to say, hey, they were with them. They had the keys. They had his phone. Da, da, da. We can give our opinions. All right. Okay. This is our 5th and 6th Amendment right to speak on this. As bloggers, as journalists, we can talk about this. So now you are asking people to screenshot messages, videos, and send them to you so you directly can send lawsuits and defamation of character lawsuits to bloggers and to anyone that is reporting on this Nolan Wells case to shut people up. He is a Ben Crump and Al Sharpton hater, and I'm about to prove it. So he goes on to say, if Wells' friends are ultimately exonerated, I plan on offering my legal services free of charge, no contingency or fee, to file a defamation lawsuit, starting with a look at Al Sharpton. So he's going after Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, Nancy Grace, going after Nancy Grace. Check this out. Any media outlet that repeated their statement without any challenge, but I would not stop there. So he is willing to go after Al Crump, Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, and Nancy Grace and other media outlets if they said on their platforms or insinuated that any of these boys had anything to do with the unaliving of Nolan, even though there's a whole video or a whole call out there with them screaming in the background talking to Nolan when they said they left him on the island, right? Like, look at the evidence here. This shit here is crazy. All right, so this is still him, Russell Latino. Appreciate Fox News for mentioning our work. So he's out here clout riding too. He's clout riding to this case. All right. Governor blames activists in Nolan Wells case for stoking division. So this is what they're trying to say, is that Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, since they've been on this case, is that they're stoking division and putting, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Racism, that they're pushing racism in this case because Nolan was black and that he went out on the lake with white boys. That's definitely not what was said here. So he says official says FBI probing threats. So now they're saying the FBI, or they're asking the FBI to look into threats being probed by Al Sharpton and Ben Crump while they're doing their investigation. Bullshit, right? So here he is, undermined pending investigation. The pathologist was not there to explain. No lacerations, no broken bones, a red band on the mascular under the skin, I hope I said it right, of his neck, but no corresponding skin or bone structure abrasions, injury. So now he is questioning the second investigation that was done by Ben Crump and his team. We're not going to read all that because I don't care. And here he goes again. Nolan Wells' friends group went to Horn Island mid-morning of July 4th in 3 separate boats that docked together on the northwest tip of the island. Now, we already told you guys the western part, they're saying, was the most dangerous part of the island, where it was said to have a lot of people that have drowned or have died because of how bad the currents are, okay? So I don't know why they wanted to choose that side of the island. Said that there were hundreds of boats and likely thousands of people spread out across the island, which is quite large if you've never been there. So he goes on to say this was not a solo boat trip to a desolate place with just 4 people. The group was drinking. How do you know? That's hearsay. You weren't there. Said that while people were in the water, they put their cell phones on the boat, Trayston Shepard, that's the guy that we just showed you guys yesterday that looked like he was black, that sat with Officer Tatum, Race Batum Tatum, to do his interview, and he was directly attacking Ben Crump and Nolan's mom, who he says he knew, and he was mad because he said that Nolan's mom didn't know her. So Trayston Shepard told ABC News that many people had done this, including Nolan. Javon Williams said that he also left his phone on the boat and had to retrieve it after he got back from the island. It says that proves or provides a perfectly reasonable explanation as to why they had Nolan's phone. Well, Nolan is heard asking for his phone back. So that does not provide a perfectly reasonable explanation as to why they had his phone when he's heard in the background saying, "Give me my effing phone." So if the boy is asking for his phone, you are withholding his phone, then yeah, that does not provide an explanation. That's called theft, right? It's called theft. If he's asking for his property and you will not return it to him, that's theft. All right. And then they had to send 8 people deep to get his phone, because y'all act like y'all didn't have the phone and said nobody touched his phone, but you said it was moved from the boat to Wyatt's truck. So let's speak facts whenever we're putting these things out there, Mr. Attorney. I hope you don't try to attack me, because I'm not that type to stand down whenever I know my shit over here. All right. Both Trayston and Javon are also black. He said that this perception that Nolan was alone with some random white guys is untrue. There was a big mixed race group. Yeah, we know all of that. Okay, we just want to know what happened to him. So he's just going on by the NAACP. He says that tomorrow Ben Crump will announce the preliminary results of the independent autopsy of Nolan Wells in Chicago at the NAACP headquarters. My prediction is that it will be enough to keep people who think Wells was unalive believing that, but not enough to answer people who don't. So it sounds like he is also helping push the drowning narrative when it's already been said he didn't have water in his lungs, right? He didn't have water in his lungs. There's something that was found, because this case has been pushed to the DA. They're getting ready to have it here heard by FBI and everybody else. It's FBI is on it. So it's now moved to the next level to where this is getting ready to be a case. So that means they found something, even though they're not telling anything. But my concern is that Ashley Cole has numbers or calls being filtered through her phone, and she should not know what is going on this case, because she's not on this case. She is a judge. She's a chancery judge in Mississippi, but she does not have anything to do with this case. So to be having calls filtered through your private line, that's a direct conflict of interest on this case. Perhaps this case should be moved from Mississippi, right? Perhaps this case should be moved from Mississippi to another city where this case can definitely get a fair trial, because too many cooks is pissing in the motherfucking soup at this point, right? Too many. All right, so let's get into this, because this person here, Brandon Cobb is having a conversation with someone on social media. I told you guys I'm screenshotting anything that looks suspicious to me that's related to Nolan Wells. As you guys can see, Brandon Cobb says Amber Jewel Hubert. Doesn't matter if it was June and he was on campus. Says it getting ready to start school. So this is, I think they're talking about this picture that's floating around with the pool party that they're saying happened in June versus in July. Amber, who happened to be there, okay, she co-signs. She says, Brandon Cobb, he was there on July 4th at the island. Per Warren's interview, sir. Sorry, Pookie, said that you just lied and got caught, and now you're going back to the pool and saying that it was in June. Get it together. I already proved by showing timestamp on a video still that the actual pool party happened on July 5th, you guys. Okay, not on July 4th. It happened on July 5th. So we can actually say that on July 5th, Nolan had to be alive, because he was seen in the pool, according to the timestamp on the video, on the still picture from the actual pool party that they're trying to say happened June 27th. All right, so let's keep going. We're just going through all the stuff that I pulled. So as you guys can see here, they're saying call 228-769-3065, the number that goes to Ashley Cole during regular business hours, or 228-769-3063 after hours if you have firsthand information about the case. Y'all see this? Now, Crump's office is asking people who were at Horn Island to have a credible or who have credible information to talk to them, which that's who you should be talking to. right? So Ashley Cole is saying call her line. She ain't even on the fucking case. So look at this. They're saying this is the real number to call if you guys have information, okay? You can report tips at bencrump.com or by calling 1-888-891-1772. This number is also on Ben Crump's personal page because I've already been over there multiple times. All right. So do not send any information that you guys have to 228-769-3065 because it goes directly to Warren's stepmother, Chancellor Judge Ashley Cole. Send that information to bencrump.com or by calling 888-891-1772. Okay. Bonnie Bolden is the Deep South Connect reporter for Mississippi with USA Today Network. They said you could also email her. I will not send everything to Ben Crump because he is the person handling Nolan Wells' case. All right. Y'all got that? It's a lot of shit going on, y'all, but we own it. All right, so I told you guys yesterday the new evidence that was brought up, including while we're talking about Ashley Cole. Ben Crump has reportedly filed an evidence preservation request in the Nolan Wells case. Now, this is a legal request to make sure potential evidence is not deleted, altered, or lost while the investigation and any possible legal proceedings continue. It does not mean anyone has been found guilty. It simply ensures that important information is preserved. Now, this was sent to Ashley Cole, the judge. It's 100 pages. I saw, you guys, 100 pages that was sent to Ashley Cole, Judge Ashley Cole, to preserve these pieces of information before July 4th and after July 4th, right? So the request reportedly covers phone records, text messages, social media activity, surveillance footage, GPS data, electronic devices, law enforcement records, medical examiner files, and more from July 2nd through July the 6th. So they covering all bases. At the end of the day, preserving evidence is about protecting the facts and making sure the truth can be uncovered. The question many people are asking is, what really happened to Nolan Wells? And that's all we want, is to know what happened to Nolan, right? Now, let's go back up here where it says surveillance footage. We do know that it was said that in the front yard of Judge Ashley Cole, that the Wyatt's boat was seen parked out in front of her house the night of July 4th at 3:30 in the morning. Now, if there's been nothing deleted, we should see that boat and we should see people on said boat appearing to be cleaning, right? Since this has now been demanded that she turn these pieces of information over. And if she's deleted that, then we're going to know something. She's going to be directly held accountable for that. So let's continue. Surveillance footage is going to tell us all we need to know, right? We're going to see people walking back and forth, doing things they should not do. So shout out to Ben Crump and his team for being on it. I am a little, I ain't going to say upset. I do feel a certain type of way that they did release that they released a second autopsy, being that now the first autopsy is being withheld. I feel like you can't always let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, because these people are doing some really, really snaky shit. And I kind of hope Ben Crump kind of sit on some of the things that he has going forward and not reveal that, because it's given that they're trying to undercut this investigation, right? I feel that way. I feel that way. So let's get into a new development that I ran across. Okay. Because they're on Ashley Cole's ass. A petition has been done on her. Okay. Oh, they own her. What up, hey Peanut? Hey Peanut. Hey Peanut. All right, let's get into it. Change.org. This is a real thing. As you guys can see here, already 2,393 signatures. Okay. Nolan Wells case, honey. Y'all see this? Remove Judge Ashley Cole for violating Mississippi judicial ethics. Y'all see that? They're telling people to sign the petition. Let's read it. It said Mississippi judges are entrusted with one of the highest responsibilities in our justice system to uphold the law fairly, impartially, and in a manner that preserves public confidence in the courts. We just showed you guys what was going on. This is her stepson. I hear she stole this man, that she is the stepmother of, this is Warren, who sat down and did an interview with Officer Race Tatum, honey. Okay. He's the first person who sat with him, who didn't cry not one time, who could barely give eye contact. At one point in time, he forgot what he was saying in the interview, right? So I feel like she probably probed him on what to say and what not to say and how to move in this damn interview. But anywho and anyway, said that confidence is called into question when a sitting judge publicly comments on an active death investigation involving her own son while identifying herself as a judge. So people have a direct issue with that. As y'all can see, she's hugged. She's standing there in a picture with him. That is her stepson. I hear that she was a side piece and married Warren's mom, who was married to somebody else. That's what I hear. Okay. So you are already a piece of work, ma'am. Allegedly. Now, Chancellor Judge Ashley Cole published multiple public statements regarding the investigation into the death of Nolan Xavier Wells. In those statements, she identified herself as a judge, defended her son's actions, discussed the investigation, and provided factual assertions about what occurred. Her statements were later amplified by national media, reaching a much broader audience. It says that whether those statements violated the Mississippi Code of Judicial Conduct is a question for the Mississippi Commission on Judicial Performance. But if the commission determines that Judge Cole used the prestige of her office in a manner inconsistent with the code, which we now see with this damn tip line, or otherwise engaged in conduct warranting discipline, the public deserves meaningful accountability and due. Judges must be upheld to the highest ethical standards. Public confidence in the judiciary depends not only on actual fairness, but also on the appearance of fairness. When those standards are breached, appropriate consequences, including removal from judicial office, should follow. So they're asking she be removed. It said that we call upon the Mississippi Commission on Judicial Performance to conduct a full independent investigation into Judge Cole's conduct and into that tip line and see how many tips have been deleted as well, right? If somebody said, I saw Warren maybe attacking Nolan on said boat, or I saw something that happened with Warren, she probably deleting everything that's directly connected to Warren. That's her son, her stepson, right? So anything that comes in about him, she don't want him going to prison probably. So she's going to probably do whatever she can to protect him. So that's a direct conflict of interest to have any information to this case sent to her phone lines. Said that if the commission concludes that she committed serious violations of the Mississippi Code of Judicial Conduct, we urge it to recommend a discipline authorized under Mississippi law, including removal from office if justified by its findings. No judge should be above the ethical rules that govern every member of the judiciary. Accountability strengthens public trust. The public trust is essential to justice. Sign this petition to support an independent investigation and, if evidence warrants it, the removal of Judge Ashley Cole from the bench for substantial interference in the Nolan Wells case. Y'all see that? All right. So this is a real thing. I'm going to drop it in the chat. So for those of you that want to go over there, if you want to sign it, I'm not trying to coerce anyone to, but this is the info if y'all want to go over there. Okay, let me get back to the chat and post it here. So y'all can go there at your leisure if that's what you choose to do. Okay. All right, let's stop sharing and get to the next piece. So y'all can get on over there, honey, if that's what you want. Now, let's get into this. They are now 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells. Let's go ahead and share this screen. Y'all pardon me if I'm moving a little quickly. I'm trying to get my live out so that I can make my trip, okay? But I did want to connect with you guys and give y'all this update. So thank y'all for being so patient with me. Shout out to Jamil Peterson. I am comedy. Said the 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells community justice walk held in Gulfport, Mississippi after new 911 call is released, providing his fake friends lied and took his life at Horn Island in Mississippi. Breaking news. So let's go ahead and take a look at this because they're still out here beating the pavement for Nolan Wells. Shout out to everyone that went out for this, what do they call it? The Gulfport, Mississippi Justice Walk, okay? Community Justice Walk. Let's get into it.
Say his name, Nolan Wells. What's his name? Nolan Wells.
Those chants echoed through Jones Park in Gulfport. Supporters marched down Highway 90 and across the Coast Transit Authority pedestrian bridge, hoping to keep Nolan Wells' case in the public eye.
The question that Mrs. Chrisean Wansley and Elmore Wansley have said from the beginning, what happened to Nolan Wells? So that's why we're here today as well. We're here to find out what happened to Nolan Wells.
Selena Charles, founder of Purpose for the People, says she won't stop until she gets answers.
No one's here with violence. I attended the funeral. There was no violence there, none at all. Having questions is not violence.
Right.
You know, it's not a case of we want to scramble at each other and fight. No, we have the question in mind: what happened to Nolan Wells?
Right.
Organizer Tanya Darden says the community isn't backing down.
Nothing's going to stop us. We are united to get this across. We demand equal justice for him as any Caucasian person will get. Black lives does matter, and he matters to all of us, and we want answers. We want justice.
Gulfport Ward 3 Councilwoman Ella Holmes Hines told the crowd the family deserves facts they can trust.
Justice looks like you have answers. Justice looks like that you have facts. Justice looks like that you have a peace of mind that everything you have been told can be verified by facts. That's what the family deserves, and that's what the family needs.
Attendee Sandra Rice emphasized that Sunday's event was about unity and peaceful advocacy.
We want to be peaceful. We're peaceful people. We want to live in peace. We don't want to just rest in peace. See, Nolan is resting in peace, but we need to live, so we need to live in peace.
Actually, he's not resting in peace until justice is served. I feel like his spirit may be troubled, and I'm not speaking that into existence or anything. I'm just saying he don't have any justice right now in terms of the people who did something to him that was supposed to be his friends, allegedly, if that's who did it. Let's say it that way, because I don't know bullshit. But at the end of the day, according to, and I'm getting ready to play the audio here in a second, it's going to be a little bit more clear so that you guys can hear what's going on. Let's keep going.
Organizers say they'll continue advocating for transparency as they await more information in the investigation. In Gulfport, Ava Schwing, WLOX News.
Okay. So shout out to them for that. I'm glad that they're actually doing a community justice walk, which shows that everyone's trying to come together. It's not about no violent protest or nobody going around busting out windows and y'all know on no bullshit like that. It's a peaceful community justice walk where they want real justice for Nolan Wells' death. All right. So shout out to the people for getting out there and beating the pavement on that because we need it. All right. So now let's get into the Secret Service video. Let's go ahead and watch this. You guys, this is it's more clear for you guys to hear it. If this right here, I'm not sure why they haven't arrested somebody already, right? I'm not sure why these boys have not been arrested as of yet, but I want you guys to hear. I want y'all to hear what is said in this video. This is the video audio of them on the boat trying to do a alibi call to the 911 operator about the boat sinking. They can't give no information on it. Clearly, you can hear a ruckus going on in the background that's involving Nolan, the person who they said never even got on the fucking boat. But let's go ahead and get into this. According to Secret Service Sam, you guys can follow him on social media. He has several videos out there where he is directly connected to this. Well, not connected, but he has taken an interest in this case and he's uncovering things as well. So I trust his information. And he is definitely support of the Wells family as well. Okay. And the investigation and getting justice for Nolan Wells. So let's get into this. All right, Nolan Xavier Wells update audio where they kind of cleaned up some of the noise and you guys can hear what's said in the background. Check this out, y'all.
Sam here with the Nolan Xavier Wells update. And Gianetta Brantley has done God's work and she has separated the audio from the emergency call. And just a trigger warning, you guys, this could be the incriminating evidence we've been looking for. Listen to this.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Now, somebody said, damn it, Bart. Now, I'm hearing they're saying Bart was supposed to be out of town that weekend. They said that Bart wasn't even there. Now, notice in the Warren interview with Officer Tatum, notice they didn't want to say friends' names because they didn't want to implicate anybody, right? Notice when Trayston did his interview, they said, my buddy, my buddy. They always say my buddy, my friend. But then when they wouldn't give any names. So in this video, y'all can hear in the background somebody saying, damn it, Bart, okay? That's Bart screaming in the background telling Nolan to get the F up. Whatever happened to him, obviously he could not, okay? I showed y'all the picture of Nolan, a person who appeared to be Nolan, who looked just like Nolan, laying on the floor of the boat that somebody took while the boat was being pulled, which lets me know that this is when they were leaving the island after you guys had already given statements saying that Nolan chose to stay behind on the island. There's a rope pulling the boat that Nolan was alleged to be laying on, connected to another boat, okay? So I don't know if they could have had some problems with the boat, but I don't feel like the boat was sinking. I feel like that's what they said to make it maybe sound that way. But let's play it again. Bart was supposed to not.
It's really hard to hear. Use your own ears. See if you hear what she transcribed here. Again, at the very end, allegedly, a strong allegedly here, you hear, damn it, Bart. But Bart was supposed to be out of town and not there. So I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if this is a break in the case, but Attorney Ben Crump, please listen to this audio. Let us know what you think, guys, but this does not sound good at all. I love you guys. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world. Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update. And Gianetta Brantley has done God's work, and she has separated the audio from the emergency call. And just a trigger warning, you guys, this could be the incriminating evidence we've been looking for. Listen to this.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
It's really hard to hear. Use your own ears. See if you hear what she
Lord have mercy. So they're asking, is he really dead? They're asking, is he breathing? They're asking what's going on with Nolan. Oh my God, Nolan. Nolan, get the F up. And then you hear Bart, who they say ain't even supposed to be there. He's screaming at them in the background, telling Nolan, get the F up, right? And screaming at everybody to shut the F up. Like, this is a lot, y'all. This is an aggressive group of people. Y'all, yeah, you heard Bart. They said Bart wasn't even supposed to damn be there. I'm playing again.
Inscribed here. Again, at the very end, allegedly, a strong allegedly here, you hear, damn it, Bart. But Bart was supposed to be out of town and not there. So I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if this is a break in the case, but Attorney Ben Crump, please listen to this audio. Let us know what you think, guys, but this does not sound good at all. I love you guys. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world. Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update. And Gianetta Brantley has done God's work, and she has separated the audio from the emergency call. And just a trigger warning, you guys, this could be the incriminating evidence we've been looking for. Listen to this.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Okay, we don't need to play no more. So obviously there was something going on other than the boat sinking, right? Because if said boat was sinking, they did decline for additional help from the Coast Guards to come out to assist them. My thing is, if you're that afraid that your boat is about to go under in 30 feet of water, I would think that you would definitely tell the Coast Guard to get the hell there as quickly as they can, but you guys declined that. And I showed you guys yesterday where Wyatt's grandfather, okay, the Coast Guard said, I just spoke to Wyatt's grandfather who owns the boat, who said that there was nothing wrong with the boat. So that is why I said that this was an alibi call to say that we were having issues with the boat, and that we actually called in for said issue to place them at a certain place. Now, notice when I showed you guys, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, when the 911 operator asked them their location, he did not give them the exact location. He was telling them 38 when it was like 78. So he didn't give the 911 operator the exact location of where they were. Probably because he did not want somebody to roll up on them, Coast Guard, police, 911, whoever, to roll up on them on the water. Because one, like I said, I feel there was drugs on the boat, allegedly. They were underage drinking and driving the boat, and the condition of Nolan Wells on the boat. You guys just heard them telling Nolan, get the fuck up, asking, was he unalive? Is he breathing? Somebody said, check his chest. There were so many things going on in the background. I know the 911 operator had to hear it because she said, is everyone okay on the boat? Okay, I played the entire video for you guys yesterday. She asked, was everybody okay on the boat? How many people is on the boat? You could hear Wyatt hesitate, and then he said 7 people. Whenever I showed y'all the picture of everyone on the boat, Nolan laying on the floor, and all the rest of the people on the boat, it counted to 7. So he's so stupid, he even counted Nolan as one of the 7 people on the fucking boat. So I'm not sure why you guys made up this alibi as to say Nolan stayed behind with the girl. Then she came back and told TMZ and the news that Nolan got on the boat. So from what I'm hearing, you guys, is that there was some type of back and forth with Wyatt and Warren on the fucking boat about this girl, Katie, because of some type of jealousy. And they said something about that Nolan, when he got on the boat, he kept asking for his phone and they wouldn't give him his phone, and a fight broke out. This is allegedly. These are some of the comments that I've been seeing on some of these pages of these people who originally deactivated and some of their friends attached. Okay, says that Nolan got on the boat and got into some type of scuffle or argument. I feel like he was jumped by these boys, and it came from this Katie girl, because I feel like Warren, who did the interview, had the hots for Katie, who had the hots for Nolan. Y'all got to think about it. Nolan was that dude. Nolan was getting ready to be going to the NFL. Nolan had a full scholarship. Nolan was well liked by everyone. So for this girl, who was probably the prettiest girl, the most desirable girl in their school, to choose Nolan over Warren or anybody else on this boat, they felt a way about it. Notice, go back in the interview with Warren when he said that Katie girl, he had some type of vitriol towards Katie. You liked her, but you didn't like that she liked Nolan and not you. That's my take. This is my perception of what I feel, that it really started, the underlying issue started with that. So as a joke, as them picking at Nolan, they withheld his phone, knowing it would piss him off. So when he fought to get his phone back, and it looked like, and I showed y'all the message yesterday where someone said that Nolan was winning this fight that ensued when they tried to say it was not a physical fight and tried to say Trayston was doing the fighting. When Tracy said he left at 3 or 4 o'clock because he got in a fight with somebody else. They're not telling who this fight was with. But I feel in my heart that Nolan was trying to fight to get his phone back. And when it looked like he was winning this fight, he's very athletic. They all jumped in and jumped him, and something went wrong. Now, whether it was an accident, whatever, every one of you guys will be now implicated in this case, because one, you didn't call 911 and say, hey, my friend is on this boat and hurt. We were tussling on the boat and something happened. He's hurt. Can y'all get here now to get him some help? You guys see that there was some type of an emergency, because we can hear it in the background. No one called to get him help. And you guys have sat since July the 4th and not said anything. Y'all have not come forward. Nobody has said anything about this. Well, now we hear the video. So even if it was an accident, y'all did not report it. So all of you guys sat there and watched this boy die. So y'all are all going to jail. Every single motherfucking one of you going to jail. If you see an accident where someone needs help on your boat and you're calling in talking about some boat sinking, and in the background we hear, is he unalive? Have you checked his chest? Nolan, get the F up. You can hear there's some distress in the background, and you don't say, yes, send the Coast Guard, we need help now. That puts you directly connected. You are now suspects in this fucking case, and there should be handcuffs on all these motherfuckers by now, including the fucking judge. Let's stop sharing. Ooh, honey. Okay, let's keep going. Because child. Let's get off that, because y'all see I'm already hollering. I ain't want to do all that this morning. But I'm so passionate about this case because it's like it's in plain sight. And they're just not doing anything. I feel like Mississippi don't want to convict these boys because who they're directly connected to. These boys' parents are doctors, attorneys, lawyers. They're seen as these high prestige people in Mississippi, and they're all friends, and they don't want to see their kids go to prison for the rest of their life. So they are dragging their feet on this case in terms of not arresting anybody. That's why I said it needs to be held in a different county, because obviously Nolan will not get 100% justice because people are being protected because of who they're connected to. All these boys' parents are in positions. They know the DA. They know the sheriff. It's a direct conflict of interest. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. They ain't gonna play on my top though. Every piece of evidence, I'm putting it up on my page. And I dare somebody send a cease and desist over here. I'm gonna rip that shit up like confetti. They better not play with me on that shit. Because they want to silence people who are speaking truth, facts, showing evidence, playing videos of factual information. I've not showed one piece of information that was not factual. I've showed timestamps. I've showed videos. I've showed screenshots from their friends talking on social media. People want to talk, but I feel like they're afraid to speak. I feel like people are being afraid to speak because of what may happen. But they talking about they receiving death threats when y'all deactivated all your motherfucking accounts. Where are these death threats coming from? If you're staying in the house because you're afraid, where are the threats coming from if all social media apps have been deactivated? Like, stop lying. When you tell one lie, you got to tell another one. But let's keep going. Chrisean Rock was spotted out with Blueface after she just did a live, after having his house swatted, after saying she would never fuck with him again because he will not have a relationship with Junior. So here she is sitting on his lap. I feel like she keeps playing in everyone's face. I think she cannot leave Blueface alone. I think she loves the toxicity. And then when she gets caught, she want to be out here acting like she's so saved again and talking about God. She just said on her video the other day, I can't do this. I don't want to have a relationship with Blue or be around him because it's contrary to my spirit. I'm going to go listen to gospel music. So anytime she gets caught up in this Blue situation, she want to start this, I'm going back to being, a Christian again. Let's go ahead and play this. Okay, no music though. So this is her sitting on Blue's lap. Y'all see him behind her. Miss I'm so saved. What you sitting on his lap for? What you sitting on his lap for? Y'all see that? Uh-huh. So she was spotted. Oh, is my laptop about to die? Y'all took my laptop out of my bag. I packed it up. My cord and everything is in the bag. But y'all see that? Yeah. So I wanted to show that. Let's see. Let's stop sharing. Okay. So I'm gonna play this last one. Then I gotta go, you guys. I'm gonna reconnect with you guys when I touch down. When I get to my destination, I'm gonna go live again. Okay. I'm gonna be checking in with you guys, so don't worry. Bravo TV, shout out to you guys. Let's get into it. You guys know Angela Oakley got into it with Shamia on Real Housewives of Atlanta about this, her friend's husband possibly having some type of sexual interaction with Shamia. Let's get into this because child Angela Oakley goes off, and the wife is standing right there. It's supposed to be at Shamia's Halloween party that she threw, and of course the Bravo cameras were there. Let's get into it.
Now she said that I said that you said that she was your husband. I didn't say that. Shamia told you that I said that you said it. Shamia is lying to you.
It's a big game of telephone, and then I'm too drunk to figure this out right now. I'm like, what is going on?
And it's as short as your lease on your house, because it's your landlord.
You don't know nothing about my lease officer. Oh, please.
You don't have a husband or a house, Kelly.
Your husband don't even want to wake up with you in the morning.
He's outside.
You
He's outside. Probably like 30, 40 minutes.
Listen, everybody.
Ashley is here. We want to hear what this woman has to say.
The lie is George and Shamia having a sexual relationship. That is a complete
Like
lie.
as today or previously?
Previously, ever.
Angela's not known to lie, so I don't know. Is it true?
Respectfully, honey, his name precedes you. What he's done in the streets precedes you. So anything I brought up preceded you. So I wasn't trying to disrespect you. Now she said,
well, Angela is saying what she said before in front of the wife. So obviously she feels like what she said was not a lie because she was able to repeat it in front of the person she was talking about. So shout out to Angela on that. Okay. All right. So one more. I know I said this is the last one. Well, this was the last piece anyway. So let's go ahead. Finally, they got Shamia's husband, Gerald, to film, y'all. Y'all know he didn't want to film. He's been saying all this time he did not want to be on camera. But I feel like Shamia should have been talking about this the entire season versus arguing back and forth with Portia. She's talking to her new surrogate, and she's introducing this surrogate to Gerald for the first time, right? Because, you know, they're supposed to be wanting to have a son. So Shamia and Gerald are going to give it another shot with a new surrogate as they have one final male embryo left. Now, y'all know her first surrogate that she used was the same surrogate that Candy Burris used, but that lady wound up having cancer and some other medical issues to where she's not able to be a surrogate right now or anymore, probably. But anyway, so they found another woman who is willing to carry the embryo for Shamia and Gerald. So Gerald is going to sit down and meet this person. He is so uncomfortable on camera. I told y'all probably why. I showed y'all the court documents where he has been sued many, many times and got a lot of legal shit on him. So that's probably why he didn't want to have his face on TV, because people like myself like to pull up shit. But anyway, let's get into it. Don't chaser. Thank you. Okay. For this post.
Oh my God, that's right. You guys are just not meeting for the first time.
I'm a whole person.
I know. That is crazy that you guys have never met.
Yeah. I felt the need to have a meeting with Daphne one last time before we gear up for this transfer to meet my family.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm excited.
We still have one more.
I'm excited for that money because I hear Gerald and Shamia are supposed to be paying in the tune of $500-something thousand for this damn embryo for this lady to carry this baby to be a surrogate. So, bitch, I'll be excited too.
Our male embryo. And I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm ready. I'm excited. It's not a race. It's a marathon. As long as she crosses the finish line, I'm happy.
I had to get a mock cycle done. Received the last result yesterday that my body was actually receptive to the medication. So we're just waiting.
Now we can get our day. I'm hoping that you are pregnant before Thanksgiving.
We're keeping our fingers crossed.
I appreciate you being our surrogate for this journey that we're on. So we're here to support you anywhere we can.
Thank you.
Daphne is a great fit for my family and I. Daphne, this is my mom.
Damn, Gerald, you can't even look in the eyes when you talk. He's staring at the floor the whole time with his nervous self.
Hi, Daphne.
Hi, how are you?
If we can do anything to be of any fun and help,
Of
just
course.
holler at Mama more and Papa more.
Thank you.
Even in my moments of doubt, she's like faithful and positive. Oh my God, that's right. You guys are just not meeting for the first time. I'm a whole person.
So that's the new surrogate. They've introduced her, you know, to the show. So I'm thinking she may be, of course, Shamia's storyline if Shamia chooses to come back next season, which I think she will. I think it will pick up where they left off because the finale will be coming on this week. Okay, this Sunday will be the finale. And then, of course, you guys know after that, which will be August 9th, will be the reunion. I played for you guys the spoiler yesterday for the reunion. So y'all have to check out the video from yesterday to see that. Okay, the girls were dressed in their gold, black, and their green. Okay, some outfits were not desirable. But yes, nevertheless, reunion, Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion will be August the 9th. Okay, which will be that Sunday. What is it, 8-7 Central, I think it is. So yeah, so that is what's going on there. Like I told you guys, this surrogate, honey, if she is able to produce this son for Shamia and Gerald and she carries this baby, then she will definitely be paid the $500-something thousand that they're paying for this baby. I said, bitch, can I be a servant out here? That could be a little side hustle, I guess. I mean, I won't try to have more kids with 500,000. I guess my womb, I can lend my womb to for a good cause. I don't know. Let me get out of here, child. Thank y'all for being here. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all have a great, great Monday. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Of course, like I said, once I get to my destination, I will then tap back in with you guys. Thank you to my top flight moms for doing an awesome, awesome job. Truth TV Podcast, Rose Armstead and Tiffany Thomas. Thank you guys. Thank you. I saw you in the house. Dr. Lily Young, if you're here, thanks for being here, love. Thank you so much to Hey Peanut is in the building. I saw you as well. Thanks for stopping by, dear. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for the safe travel messages. Okay. Yes, all this week, honey, I'm on vacation. All right. I'm gonna be turning up all week, but I will be taking my laptop, so y'all will hear from me and get to see me as well. All right. So thank you guys. This is my birthday week too. So yes, honey, July 31st is my birthday. So I will be turning up and celebrating all this week. But love you guys down. I will see you guys later. All right. Until the next one. My laptop about to die anyway. Love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful one. Please like this video. Please hype up this video. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. As you guys can see, we have a lot of great content over here. I hope you enjoy this. And until the next one, we're going to get out of here, okay? Bye.